Hey Alex, you think it's weird that pennies went away?
I think it is weird. I think it is we're finally getting rid of pennies because it costs way too much to make them. 'Cause copper is way too expensive.
Yeah, I mean, when you have so much opportunity to buy Heisenberg's blue meth, it's just pennies just seem to definitely with copper and stuff. They tend to drive the price up. Hey, welcome to the bench. Where'd that come from? Random questions, random answers, non-sports related topics. Yeah, Uh, for those of you who are wondering what the bench is about, it's our hangout. We get to talk about non-sports related stuff, and I figured we segue with that. Talking about the bench and talk about the pennies. They've gone away. They have survived. They survived multiple world wars, multiple presidents, but they've always remained the same. But just the price of copper has gone through the roof, thanks large part to microchips and things we need for wire. So there is that.
Definitely. So if you have rare pennies, keep them. They could be worth a lot of money one day. Keep
Yeah,
them.
I mean, who knows? Maybe your penny can be worth something. Yep.
I mean, yeah, this has been topic discussion for a long time. It came up last year actually that they were talking about getting rid of pennies because it was going to get too expensive to make it 2025. Whether or not the government has to do with copper going up in prices. It's true. Copper is way too expensive in 2025 now. I think it costs 4 cents or more to make pennies now.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
ridiculous.
When your currency costs that much to make, if it's like four times its original rate, then you've got a problem. Um, I'm surprised that it took so long to get rid of the penny, considering that years ago, I mean, I would have thought when the penny costs more to make than it is actually worth, I'd imagine you would start to think about phasing it out. But no, they kept pushing it.
And the internet took it to a degree of memeing it. That, like Cobra said earlier, it survived multiple presidents, multiple wars, but it did not survive to see, unfortunately for Cobra's sake, a Bills Super Bowl win. Thanks to Kermit Mahomes and his City Chiefs. I can't say shit. It's been 20 years since Commanders won anything, so.
Your last Super Bowl win was against the Bills. Shut up.
Yeah, we were
You
one
don't.
of
You
4 teams
don't
in
get.
50 years. That's right.
You don't get to talk. You don't get to talk about that.
Hey, I'm just saying what the internet did, okay? The internet did internet things, okay?
The internet does a lot of things. All right. The internet does too many things. And it's not just for the naked ladies.
Even though in most states you can't go on Pornhub because it got.
Exactly. Exactly because uh, we believe it's immoral.
Like my state of Florida, we have to verify you're over the age of 18 to even go on Pornhub.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Florida. What's the phrase I want to use? Oh yeah, Florida man caught jacking off on Jack.
Yep. Known for old people, bath salts, and Florida man news headlines.
Pretty much that because it's a law. Because it's a law, they have to discuss it as Florida man. It's actually a meme. Just look up your birthday and type Florida man.
It's very unfortunate, and this state is only for tourists, which makes it even worse.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of tourism, there was if we ever had the ability per se to actually go on a proper vacation, where would you go?
Like anywhere?
Yeah, like and outside of America, let's take America out of the equation for a quick minute. If you were to travel anywhere around the world, where would you go?
I want to go to Finland, like Europe
Ooh,
area, the UK and stuff.
nice. Well, me, I would go to Japan.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, my sister got back from South Korea
Hmm,
recently. She flew there by herself, and I was like, "Whoa!"
yeah. One of the main reasons why I would go to visit Japan, not just because of the anime, as everyone could see by my tall geese up there, um, that I am an anime fan, but also I have a friend up there, in Japan. Uh, he actually used to live here in Delaware, and he was actually my wrestling partner when I wrestled in high school. And so I'd visit him and his family.
Interesting. Yeah, I do want to go to over to Europe somewhere,
Yeah.
specifically like historical endpoints. I want to go to where the Holocaust museums are, and like the concentration camps in Germany and Poland. They're still standing. Well,
Oh, oh,
remnants of them.
unfortunately, they're monuments to the dark past of the disastrous consequences of the Third Reich. Um, it was just disgusting.
Okay,
And
definitely.
go ahead.
I'm really interested in history, and I've
Yeah,
did a bunch of history classes in high school and stuff. So I want to go over there for that exact reason. And
I
also it's
want.
beautiful over there.
That's another place I would love to visit in Japan, other than Akihabara, is Hiroshima,
Oh yeah.
because Hiroshima has the Peace Museum, if that makes sense.
Oh
The
yeah.
Peace, and because Hiroshima is dedicated to pretty much doing everything they can to prevent nuclear warfare.
Ooh.
Yes, because I mean, we literally dropped one of the main atomic bombs on Hiroshima. It was a nasty, nasty consequence of it. But yeah, love to go to Hiroshima. I've been to quite a few historical sites actually. Gettysburg.
I've been to there
Um,
too. Yeah.
yeah, I think. Um, 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 but yeah, Gettysburg was that was interesting to just pass through. Um, because you can just feel that there was it's an unexpected feeling, if that makes sense. It's a feeling of just a lot of weight goes on you.
Oh yeah. I went to Gettysburg. I went to Fort Stewart because, ironically enough, I've been reading a lot about Abraham Lincoln. He's one of my favorite presidents. Even though he's on the penny, so it's ironic. On the topic of the penny,
Lincoln isn't my favorite president.
and how it's going away right now, but I haven't gone to his website yet. Because
Wow.
it was being turned into a historical landmark when I went to Fort Stewart. So could not go there
Yeah.
yet, but I do plan to go back eventually.
Yeah. Speaking of favorite president, you mentioned Lincoln's your favorite president. Mine was Teddy Roosevelt.
Ooh.
Yep. Teddy Roosevelt helped conserve a lot of wildlife. But he was also against corporate monopolies. So I definitely relate to him. Also, he had bipolar disorder.
Well, yeah,
So yeah,
my family
unfortunately, what
hated me when we went to Fort Stewart because I knew the exact route Jonesboro took to kill him. So I was like, "Oh yeah, he went this way, did this down." My parents were like, "Well, shut up." I'm like, "No,
I
give you a
I
history
have
lesson." And
somewhere I have like historical X-rays somewhere. I have a historical X-ray of Abraham Lincoln.
Whoa.
Yeah, I have a historical X-ray of Abraham Lincoln, uh, where where the bullet was.
That's
Yeah,
insane to think about.
yeah, it is. It is. Um, another one that's you know, ow, got leg cramp. Uh, um, but it's interesting. Um, in the entire history of United States presidents, we've only had, I think it's one, two, three, four. We've had five presidents die in service, into their service. William Henry Harrison, Abraham Lincoln, James Garfield, William McKinley, and JFK. Those were the five that had had died or been assassinated in service.
I have my theories of JFK assassination. I have my
I think
theories.
all of us have theories of JFK. I mean, my dad holds this theory that Lyndon Johnson ordered the hit because JFK was actually going to dump him in '64. Because,
I'm on the boat of people that think the CIA did it.
but I'm one of the I actually kind of agree with my dad that I think Lyndon Johnson plotted to assassinate JFK. Uh, just because JFK was so popular, he didn't need Lyndon Johnson to help carry the South. That was the only reason why he got Lyndon Johnson, was to carry the South.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've studied that video over and over and over again. It's really suspicious. How does he get
Yeah.
shot from behind and then they're shot in the front? There's no way
Well,
physics.
no, there is a reason why JFK. There's a couple reasons. One, JFK's motorcade wasn't protected. Two, JFK had a bad back. And if you've ever won a back brace, as I have, it's actually very hard to duck and bend, because it's trying to keep your back supported.
Yeah.
And so JFK probably tried to duck. And remember, his last words were, "I'm hit." His last words literally were, "I'm hit." And then, you know, and,
Yeah.
and he tried to duck forward more, but, his back brace kind of whipped him backwards and he got back in target. I know,
That's interesting. I've watched it and it just seems something's off with that video. I don't know if it's how the angle was shot in or how he was shot, but it seems like someone else was in a different spot to take
Yeah,
off his
wow.
forehead like they did.
Wow, we have definitely, this is definitely a weird bench.
It is. It definitely is.
We went from the penny to the JFK assassinations. Wow.
I mean, the man in charge did say, "Here's the classified documents. Woo! Here they are.
Yeah.
Look at them."
But man, yeah, it's gonna be pretty short. So one more thing before we wrap this up. Is there any movies you're excited for? Before the year closes out.
Ooh, yeah, I'm definitely really excited for Wicked for Good. I'm excited for Running Man. That's out now. Definitely gonna see that. Avatar, I'm like iffy on. I don't like it. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes, the longest of the three. I feel like Way of Water was way too long. Zootopia 2 is up there for me as well, kind of. And then Friday Nights at Freddy's 2 is definitely a must watch for me in theaters.
I'm gonna probably watch FNAF 2 on Netflix. However, there is a movie I actually want to see in theaters. It's a Brendan Fraser movie. It's called Rental Family.
Well, that one looks good. I'm excited to watch that one too.
Yeah. I really I want to see that. I want to see it with Brittany, with my girl. So hopefully, hopefully we're not this. I mean, we've had great, great success watching movies in theaters. I took her to see, um, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Into the Spider-Verse. Both Spider-Verses, by the way. And we also watched The Wild Robot.
Ooh, yeah.
Because we were originally going to actually see the Transformers movie, but she was the one who audibled and was like, you know what? Let's watch this Wild Robot. This looks actually more interesting.
I have a crazy story about Transformers when I watched Rise of the Beast. Crazy story about that movie. So my old job location, my old theater, if I moved, we had a ceiling problem that, when it rained a lot, the ceiling leaked, so the ceiling tiles would fall from the ceiling. So I'm watching Rise of the Beast in IMAX, and I can clearly see the water dripping into the trash can because I'm like in the middle. As soon as the movie ends, I walk out, the ceiling tile falls like after the movie's over. So I was like, I timed that as perfectly as possible. I was like, look at me and my
So,
impeccable timing.
segueing that, um, what series got you into Transformers?
It was the shallow buff ones, and not for Megan Fox. Before you say, "Oh my God, Alex, it's Megan Fox," no, it was not Megan Fox. Before you say anything, because everyone assumes that Megan Fox, probably Megan Fox.
You want to know the series that got me into Transformers?
You're age me, aren't you?
I am going to age myself, and it's not the '80s one. It is Beast Wars Transformers from the early '90s.
Huh.
And it is, it was one of the first shows to use CGI, one of the first cartoons to use CGI. Similar to a show like Reboot, but it still packs a punch. It's still good. It's one of those guilty pleasures. Like, oh, this looks so dated, but you're like, yeah, but it looks good.
Definitely, I'm excited for the new Transformers movie coming out. I think it's 2028 or
and
2029.
and to also to end it on this, the voice actor who did Megatron in Beast Wars, every Christmas does like a reading as his Megatron voice, so it's actually kind of cool.
That's interesting. I know the voice actor for Optimus Prime was that
Peter
MegaCon
Cullen.
I went in
Peter Cullen.
2024.
You're talking about Peter Cullen.
Yeah, he was there in 2024 at MegaCon. I didn't meet him. His line was way too long. I was like, I'm not standing that big ass line for that.
When
Unfortunately.
when you're a legend, expect to pack a sandwich. That's the best way to say it. Because trust me, there are some voice actors I'd love to meet. I mean, I'd love to meet Scott McNeil. I'd love to meet I'd love to meet a lot of other voice actors. And one of them I wanted to meet for a long time. Unfortunately, passed away a couple years ago. That was Kevin Conroy.
Oh,
The voice of our generation, our Batman. But yeah, this is a fun bench, man.
definitely a lot of interesting topics that might get us canceled, but that's what we do.
It'll either get us canceled or make people go, wait a minute, why are these guys not talking about sports? We want football. But I'm like,
Tune in
this
tomorrow, you sensitive
yes.
people.
Turn in tomorrow, watch the hard count. I know you missed the Dirt and Turf podcast. It's season's over. It'll be back when pitchers and catchers report for the third season. So get ready for that. But anywho, that's it for us, guys. We'll see you Saturday. Take care, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.